morning. 4 hours of sleep. Speaking of Winnebago, look at them bags. I mean, grab a neck. I mean, you could put some. You could go grocery shopping with them bags under your eyes, Nicky boy. Yeah, they. Look, I'm getting up there. There's no question. 4 hours of sleep, but now I'm like Big Don. You know what I mean? Remember Big Don? He used to get up there and say, "I'm gonna need 2 to 4 hours of sleep." And I'm thinking, yeah, for like a day or two, and then we're going to sleep. Good morning, Vietnam. Good morning, Forest Lake. Good morning, Minnesota. Good morning, USA. 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 Good morning, world. Now, broadcasting live from the ultra-secret underground compound basement command post, extra super deep in the guts and bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick, steel, and mortar of a nondescript building. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the greatest show on YouTube. Once again, it's your distinguished, honorable fellow YouTuber, Nick, making contact, coffee. You say, Nick, what's up with these videos, man? Look, I was just trying to get some content out there as much as possible. So there was some evidence of me, remember, in my natural habitat. As embarrassing, silly. Hey, look, I promise. In fact, I don't even have a problem. Well, I'm going to delete a whole bunch. But we've got all sorts of evidence. I've got evidence of me sleeping every night. We've got, you see the video going on my day, just kind of studying, doing my thing. It's priceless. There's no judge on the planet who is objective who's gonna say, "Hey, that guy, all right, he's one of them Bible humpers." Okay, yeah, he's a little strange, except that's relative nowadays. Yeah, we really don't have a whole lot on this guy. Nah. And so I was watching a few videos last night that he's like outdoor, because I'm that kind of person. Like, remember Lake Place? Remember Bovee? Remember Balsam Lake? Remember PT and the Tenny Boy? And the Big A. The Big A. You say, Peter Medved, the Big A. Working for the International Police Federation, Interpol, I mean, it's pretty natural. Once in a while, you only get 2 to 4 hours of sleep, get called up, you're on standby quite a bit. So you might get called into a meeting or something real important. So we're used to that occasionally, Monday through Thursday. We allow that. Well, Monday through Friday, but so, but I mean, I feel okay for, like I said, for a day or two. But anyways, you said, who's the big A? And you're like, well, there's only like a few people, like two, like other than Peter Medved. Well, and whoever he told specifically why I call him the big A. Well, like Patsy and a couple of the people would only know really why I call him the big A. Anyways, she said, it's kind of funny. This accounting stuff, I know it's hard to believe. It's actually starting to kind of make sense, little by little. It's amazing how having a professor, we all have a little different learning style, but I guess I just never been one. Well, certainly reading a textbook and teaching myself, forget it, right? Now, memorizing stuff, oh, I was as good as they come. Like if you gave me some stuff the night before school, and you're like, hey, we're gonna have a test on this, I'd go home and I'd like for a couple. I mean, I'd just memorize it, like, well, right? Well, not like boom, but and most people were like that, but I was pretty good at it. Got pretty consistent at it, so I could do well that way. Hell, like, remember chart of accounts? There's like 500 of them. Uh, them formulas that like any small business person owner is gonna want you to know, like that. Yeah, there's about 50 of those, and they're fairly complicated. There's a few things, but it's like Mr. Wilson said. Remember the guy who knows Paul Molitor and I guess them guys. And what's the other guy's name? Brock Lesnar, one of the baddest dudes on the planet. Probably still, I bet. If you really, really made him mad, you want to talk a polar bear? Ooh, right? I mean, if you really got him mad enough, yeah, probably one of the baddest dudes ever on the planet still, maybe. Close, I bet. Nah, he's getting older, but hey, he's a good old farm boy still. Yeah. Hmm? Not just a country boy, but a farm boy. Like one of them farmhouse. How you doing there, house? The farm boss. Yeah, yeah. You say, little crazy. Yeah, that guy, Mr. Wilson, he's like, He's like, yeah, well, I think you're gonna be all right eventually. You just need to know a little algebra, Nick. You'll be okay, man. You just gotta memorize all that stuff there for there, and just keep. But it's amazing having somebody show you something, isn't it? I guess it's just like I said, the kids now they do it on their phones. I'm like, you're looking at you're looking at a 10K balance report on your phone, and I'm like, I need about well, I need two. I need two very large screens, please. I mean, I only got two hands, right? So, but you're like coffee's done. Look, hey, I don't mind consolidating and even. I just really, if you're honest and you watch my, even at this point, and I would be really really discouraged because in fact, I don't even mind. Like, I don't know what the rules are. Like but I can only imagine if they did that to Michael and Dell. I suppose if they wanted to. But I mean, if a person can't have their own positions, like I get it. Like, well, you're posting, people don't want to watch. Well, I don't know. It's my channel, isn't it? And I didn't. I just did it to make some videos and get some information about me and my life. Some video, some evidence, so that if people said some stuff about me, there would be at least a little something of this guy not sitting in the corner sticking paper clips in the outlet eating his boogers. Yeah, okay. I had to disclose some things that might make you squirm, or even myself, or some things that were uncomfortable, just to be to have full. And so, I mean, first off, like I don't know, maybe I haven't even had time really. Like I can go back and at least organize them into groups, like some of these sleeping ones where say, hey, this is is this guy like manicky weirdo staying up all night guy we got to worry about? And you go, no, go look at those videos in that pool there. Yeah, I'm sure I can do that. Because it isn't my intention to take away or draw attention to myself. Honestly, it wasn't. So, but I mean, like, I'm thinking there's some pretty cool videos out there, right? And mine are not edited, and they are raw video, and they're kind of. I'm noticing, like, I don't think they're against the rules, but maybe not the. I don't know. It's my channel, right? Is there a law against the amount of time you're? Because I'm not trying to make money. I just kind of like documenting my life and having it available. But it's amazing how much this having, and then the having somebody there at $50 an hour, right, or even more, $250 an hour. Depending, how do you get $250 an hour to go to answer accounting a question? Oh well, yeah. If you work for one of the big three, or what? How many is there? Big four. Used to be the big four. We're down to like the big two now, aren't we? Maybe it's three. Like they still charge like 400. Some of them 400. Hey, you want one of our guys out there? Boom, boom, $400 an hour. You want Ben Affleck, forensic accountant? Oh, 500 an hour. More than that. And you're like, it's amazing. It all makes sense because it's really not. It's like any other trade, unless you're gonna like be forensic accountant, super duper. It's like any other trade, pretty much, unless you're gonna get into like super duper, right? I mean, there's only so many assets equals liabilities plus equity. I mean, and you say that's pretty obvious, Nicky boy. And, lawyers, millions of people know how to do all that, and it only took them 5 minutes because that's what they did before they went into any business anywhere. I'm thinking, well, Mike, that's nice for you. I mean, I didn't really pay that much attention. I tried, but it's with accounting, it's like a puzzle. I mean, no matter what, if you're missing one piece, not only is it gonna drive you nuts, but it throws everything off forever. And then all it takes is one little thing. I end up with Excel, this technology, some of it. It's not because I'm old. It's just my brain. I can't. Most of the time it's something so simple, and your brain just like. Okay, It's because I'm part slow, but I'm serious. But it's really amazing how it all kind of starting to slowly having somebody actually show it to you, like having your own professor right there, and you can ask a question anytime. Man, and he said, "Well, yeah, sure, isn't that great? Yeah, wouldn't that be nice to be a millionaire?" No, honestly, I never really thought about it. Had quite a few rich friends, parents along the way. Never really thought about. I guess I was just kind of ignorant, just not that kind of person. I wasn't driven like that. Like I didn't see my rich friends' parents and be like, "Oh, I need to be like that," or remember, how do I get like that? I don't know. I just kind of was like, well, this is my life and that's their life, and I'm friends with them, and they have more money than I do, and I don't know, right? It was never. That was my mentality. Okay. So no, blessings don't go up and prayers come down, Dutchy boy. But I sure hope Because I'm feeling pretty good, for Grandpa. And the accounting is starting to kind of finally come together. Maybe a little late in terms of the industry, but like I said, I enjoy it. And they say you can do QuickBooks for a few more years. So, I don't know. I like it. But I'm like, yeah, the more I watch it and the more somebody, I don't know. Just too much information on your own for me. Never was good at that. I guess maybe I just didn't have the patience, right? The attention deficit. I just couldn't sit still long enough to find it or figure it out. Not the stupidest guy. Obviously, running the back streets of Murderapolis, I had some common sense, basic street smarts. I had a guy tell me, Bad Boy says the streets of St. Paul, the east side of St. Paul, is tougher than the north and south side of Minneapolis. Yeah, okay, well, I'm not completely sure about that, but I'm like, no. Like, I haven't been, I have never run around those neighborhoods back there. But I'm just guessing, no. It's run by polar bears. Still, remember the polar bear that stopped the interstate for Leslie? Because he's a polar bear and he can? Yeah, still run by polar bears. More dangerous for you if you make a polar bear mad. Oh, yeah. But as far as this is called Murderapolis, bad boy. Yeah. It's called Saint. You know what I am? Saint. I'm a saint. Saint Paul. Anyways, and so you're like, how did that guy not? What happened to that guy? I thought we were gonna make it to Denny's one day. For breakfast, pancakes. Mm. You're like, Yeah, so I don't mind cleaning them up, and maybe I don't know. Like I said, but there's nobody really. It didn't start that way. There's really not that many people. The only thing is, I noticed like some of my videos, like my face and stuff. Everybody has really cool videos, and mine are like my face is like, and I'm like, well, I don't really care, but everybody else has got really cool videos, and I should maybe try to edit some or something, I guess. Uh, or I delete them and kind of start over like after I know there's like enough people, and they're like, hey, don't shoot that guy. Like we know about that guy, and he said we don't like him, we don't care. Yeah, he said no. Yeah, you're like, we know what he's doing. Look, he's trying to be the most annoying guy on the planet, cause he's not into that whole algorithm thing, and it's gonna be pretty tough to just show up in the the produce section of the organic market looking for a gal. So he's like in the laundromat. That's pretty much out, and you're like, what he's doing is he's trying to be the most embarrassing that any girl on the entire planet would be embarrassed out of her mind to even admit that she talks to me. Yeah. And he's the most annoying. So well, I'll know she's the one. Right? Remember that one Daddy's talking about? Oh yeah, if she will go out into public with me and hold my hand and let people see that, oh, they're gonna, yeah, I mean, she's gotta be the one, right? You're standing. You know who that guy there is? Yeah, that guy. And you're like, yeah. So there's a there's a good side to that. Hmm. Yeah. But just remember, kids, it's all for naught. It's all vanity. It's all downhill after 28. It's all pretty much pointless without half the kingdom. And of course, today we have to say what do you have to say to be PC partner? What do they say? Partner or what do they say? If you don't have someone to do life with or spend life with, I guess, hey, I'm a Christian. And to me, it's that one member. So I still advocate and still believe the best way is one man, one woman for life. But hey, I guess whatever, if you have somebody in your life to do life with, hey, lots of people say they're happy. Mm. Remember? Like they're like Nick. Well, what do you got against gay marriage? And I'm like, nothing really, other than I'm for heterosexual marriage. I'm pro regular marriage, and that's okay, right? Because you're pro gay marriage, and I'm just pro. I mean, but we're allowed to have our own opinions, right? Just because I'm not for, right? And they're like, well, doesn't everybody deserve? Don't these gay couples deserve to be as miserable as everybody else that is married? And I'm thinking, I don't know what that means. But if you're, why are you miserable if you're married? My, I mean, according to Minnesota state law, yes, sure. And most of the states in the union, and yeah, and you gotta bake a cake too. Okay, whatever. You're like, mm, no bull. I don't know. But I'm not. Why is it okay for girls to be bullish? I saw the video last night. No bull. That's where the feminized, ephemized. It's not about being Brock Lesnar. It's just like it's just like why can't you just be? I don't know. I like farm guys. Not ranch guys. I like farm, family, farm. Feed yourself, have some horses, some piggies, some animals, small feed, take self-sustainable. Remember when you used to be able to do that? No, you don't, because you live in a subdivision and you can't fillet a fish on Facebook. I'm wondering if I ever get banned without. Now, I don't mind like getting if there's a problem with the content and it breaks terms of service, but again, I don't know what I would have done. Like if I can't say I'm pro heterosexual marriage and you hate my living guts and you want to ban me off also all social media and then not allow me to access my bank account and start charging me $50 wheelbarrow full of $50 bills to get a loaf of bread, then I got a problem. Yeah, I'm gonna have a problem. But I mean, as far as like getting involved in your business and worrying about your sex life and who you marry and all that, I mean, yeah, I'm still working on the balance sheet here a little bit, but I'm getting there. No, it's mostly like the statement of cash flows, and it's just one. It's just an account here and there. But you got, where you can boom, boom, look at something, look at any financials and boom, 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 like, hey, you got a question? Boom. Come on with it, Nicky boy. Let's hear it. Come on. I got the board of directors in here. Boom. Come on. You say the comptroller. Let's go. You know, getting right to there. Come on. I got 150 right now. I need that right now, Nicky boy. Right now, you're fired. Big Donski coming in. You're fired. And we got old Junior Mintz there. Junior Mintz. I think he's got Tourette's or something. Is that what that is? The body twitches? Mm-hmm. Because he's not that big of a guy. It's all based on that, right? I would imagine he's not a real tough guy, but I mean, he acts like he could take on Brock Lesnar, and he's a really cool guy. But I mean, he does have a speech impediment. If you notice, I just noticed that the other day. So you ever see the King's speech, like that one King of England? And so I'm thinking, mm, so because of this fiat currency, you're more cool, or because what? Because you don't. I mean, you're not even like 6 foot tall, and you act like you could take on Brock Lesnar because you got all that. I don't know. Well, actually, your daddy had it. Before that, it was his daddy. I don't know. I don't really do well with. That's why I said I really like Eric. He's a humble guy. Mm, stuff like that. But I'm kind of at the point where if I can't speak my mind in America, and like I don't mind, like if I actually said, look, I never got punched in the nose ever. I mean, I know it, I got kicked in the nose one time. I remember I got attacked in like 7th grade or something. And old Wilson gave me the old golden gloves and was like, pow, pow. Doing the old dogs and the ring. And I was like, hey, bro, like, I didn't know you could do all that, man. That's pretty cool. And you did that for me, bro? I love you too, man. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, well, how can people get so arrogant unless there's like a spirit behind it? Because if you can get people, if you have a speech impediment and you're not really. I mean, sure you can do a balance sheet, but you got like I don't know. How do some people get so arrogant? I'm just curious. Anyways, so I'm like, hey, never again. You say you got that salad, right? Yeah, I'm pretty much gonna need it now. Um, yeah, for some reason I just found like if I was in a dark alley and it was like, hey, that dusty guy and that polar bear looking for you, and never you got Junior Mint standing there, and you got like never again standing there, and you got like remember that guy in the semi? We need you to make a decision really quick here, Nicky. You're like, where are we going? Never again. I'm just saying. And you're like, okay, yeah. But that's just part. That just comes with the territory of being a deplorable. I guess. Pretty sure. So, yeah. Now, if you get Mitt Romney in his magic underwear, you get Mr. Christian guy, or well, you would have had old Herbert H.W. standing there, and they'd have been like, hey, come with us, and I'd have been like, all right, where we going, right? See that fair and balanced. Mhm. So, anyways, I started watching a few videos last night, and I'm like, yeah, I probably need to start like getting a little focused here, right? Because I got a lot of work to do, anyways. And I don't mind, like, I don't even mind somebody saying, I don't know, if it's my channel. I mean, what's the difference? What if I just know what they're doing to people like Mike Lindell? I don't care what he's even talking about. He's not up there cussing. He's not up there abusing anybody. He's not making fun of homosexuals or being mean to atheists or anything. Why is he getting if you start doing this, if you start controlling people and accusing them of hate speech, or just because you disagree with them now and you happen to control the technology, bad, very, very bad. It's still not going to cause me to go golfing at El Dorado, but there's still going to be a problem. Okay? I'm just saying. We have to allow, unless somebody's abusing somebody, being outright mean, hurtful, trying to incite, literally, like, but just to accuse somebody because you don't you they didn't adopt your position on gay marriage or something, or it goes against their Christian values or their Orthodox Jewish values, doesn't give you the right to interpret you know the law and take the First Amendment into your own hands, because all the people who control technology are tutti frutti liberals. Hmm. No, because then I'm pretty sure they're just like gonna. They said that they're gonna just turn the internet off and do a big reset or something. But then I'm like, yeah, I don't want those guys doing the Georgia Guidestones and all that with Bill Gates and them. I'm like, I don't want to go with them either. Like, I'm not into like depopulation and like euthanizing people. I'm like into the Jesus guy, wanting to love and care for people. Just want to do it from a Christian 101 position, not have some atheist interprets or somebody who controls my YouTube account or my Twitter or something, that unless I'm outright being cruel, okay? If you're doing something to hurt somebody's feelings, or you're going out of your way to be mean or something, no, that you should not be able to do that. And this is America. You don't get to fundamentally change the First Amendment. Otherwise, we got a big problem. We just do. And then it's like, I would say all bets are off. Yeah. You're not gonna get me to go out to lunch with Junior Mints, but there are moderates out there that would agree with me. That are like, hey, that old Mitt Romney with his magic underwear, he ain't that bad of a guy. He don't even drink coffee. Good business guy. Probably don't. He's probably leaning towards Trump with thinking I'm a deplorable, but he's more of an HW kind of Republican Reagan kind of guy. Still had a little respect and decency and how to treat people. Didn't get too arrogant. hmm So, well, that's real nice, Nicky boy. Thanks, Grandpa Nicky boy. Hey, I just call it the way I see it. And if I can't do that, I don't want to do it at all. It's like give me liberty or give me donuts. hmm Starting to understand that one too. Sure. Sure. But I mean, I ain't yellow bellied. I'm just not trying to die or trying to go walking into a trap or trying to get into any trouble. I'm trying to avoid that. Where I come from, we call that smart, logical. hmm But there's only so much you can really put a guy in a corner, back a decent guy into a corner, paint him in a corner, try to start from scratch, or whatever these other catchphrases they trying to say before he might just kind of say, hey, I mean, there's not a whole lot I can do here, but I ain't gonna bend over and grab the ankles for you either. I ain't getting in that 6 foot hole by myself. You gonna have to, you know what I mean? It's got nothing to do it. Cause I can see how Junior Mints is. I ain't nothing like that guy. Not even in the ballpark. He said, well, you ain't get his money. Nah, that's something different. There's something else going on. Especially with that the king's speech impediment. But you got my attention. And I'm only pot stupid. Okay, let's take a look. Did I mention I'm an ultra Orthodox Jewish Christian or something like that? No, is that something like that? They're like, that's the goal. I'm not saying I always do that, but that's been like the goal for like the last 20 years. It's funny they kept bringing that SWAT team in on me. So, yeah. What was it? What is it about that? What made me uncomfortable when I tried to watch the CPAC? What is it? What makes me uncomfortable about that Junior Mintz guy? What is it just me? What makes me uneasy about that guy? And then his dad's getting pretty old, but I'm pretty sure he'd probably let. I'm pretty sure he's got a few Dusties though running around there with him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Big Don and Dusty would get along pretty well. Yeah, probably that polar bear too. Just saying. But then, that blue dog Democrat lawyer of mine, I mean, he don't even have the decency to tell me when it's bow and arrows and butter knives, and you're like, and you wonder why I'm having a difficult decision here. No, you're not. So hopefully, yeah, I'll lose all hope because I know for the most part I have not cussed. I mean, I might have accidentally said a swear word or something, but I mean, I haven't tried to be cruel to people. I've just tried to express my views as politely and respectfully. And sure, I get sarcastic, but everybody does, and that's the problem. There's hypocrisy. If it's extremely liberal, if you're an extreme liberal tutti frutti, then it's okay. But if you happen to be just a smidgen leaning towards going up fishing that way, you're like they're like, oh, sorry, you're unfit for society anymore. We can't help you. And by the way, the polar bear and junior mints and all them, they're coming for you, and they just think you're deplorable. So, yeah, but that being forced into a box, that's where "Give Me Liberty or Donuts" comes in, right? Yep. See, I'm a little slow, but it's all starting to make sense. I'm finally figuring it all out. Better late than never, they say. And yeah, I've been through enough to know that every time I walk out that door, there's risk, especially with how crazy and people are. I mean, there's enough risk right here, sitting right in this chair, right in these walls, if you haven't noticed. But I mean, statistically, it increases greatly as soon as I walk out that door. I'm aware of that. And so I like keeping the odds kind of on the low side. We'll see. Hopefully, like I said, usually it used to be. Hey, if you're doing this here, if you're willing to do that, usually, I'm not saying you're above the law. I'm not saying you're untouchable, but I'm saying this used to stand for something. And you know, according to Bad Boy, he says he's got 13 years, and I saw alcohol bottles above his fridge, so I don't believe him for one moment. He could just be trying to throw people off his trail. Could be above the law, you know? Okay. But why there's alcohol bottles above on your video? I don't know. He tells that story about how he was on Pal Talk and he was waving gun. See, this is what I can't understand. Like, he's a big gun guy and he used to show off his guns on Pal Talk, and I I don't. I'm pretty sure he didn't point it at anybody, and I'm pretty sure he didn't. It's amazing what they can do. Like, apparently the police showed up at his house and they made him show him his safe. And I'm like, what did you do? He's like, nothing. I was just showing off a couple of my Glocks. And I'm like, you can't even, like, go look at all the YouTubes and all the guns. I'm pretty sure he didn't threaten anybody, but it's like he's literally on Pal Talk and he's just, I don't know, maybe he cocked one or something. He showed off his couple of his guns. And somebody called the police and said, "Oh, there's a guy on the video with a gun." And it's like, well, them guys at the police have guns too. Remember, a lot of them have forgotten about this. So don't ever wonder why I won't answer the door unless you got a search warrant. Okay, I don't want to talk to you. I've got a phone. If you need to talk, send me an email or call me or something. We don't need to talk in person. I don't. I have no. There's no, unless you're trying to do me harm. There's no need for you to talk to me in person unless you're trying to arrest me. Okay? Simple. Any talking we can do can be done over the phone or through email or through my lawyer. Okay? Don't knock on my door and think just because you got one of them, I gotta answer the door and talk to you. I'm not talking to you without a search warrant. I'm not answering any of your questions. Any question you'd have, you can just watch my videos. I'm not doing anything against the law. And they sent the cops out to Bad Boy's house. So now I'm going to defend them. And see, I'm fair and balanced. for what he could have done. I don't know. Hey, he says he's got 13 years. I say I get up at 6 a.m. today. It's really none of your business how many years I got. Really, it's my business. If I decide to tell you, then it's your business. I have no obligation to tell you other than I don't drink. Okay? But why Bad Boy has alcohol bottles on top of his fridge less than 2 years ago, I don't know. But why they went to his house and made him literally cops. All they are is a guy in a uniform with a gun. This is not FBI. This is not lettered agent. This is not CIA. This is just some cop that went to school for less than 2 years and they gave him a license to kill. I'm not answering the door for you. I'm just saying. And you got no reason to talk to me. Go find somebody else to bother. I'm just sitting here doing accounting work. Don't drink, smoke, or chew. Don't go with women that do. I mean, we don't. I'm fine. Everything's okay. Remember, I'm not a threat to myself or others. Don't want to harm anybody. Never heard a voice in my life, and God doesn't talk to me. There's nothing more we got to talk about. Okay. If I call my gas company and ask them, hey, why were five guys here without sandwiches for 3 hours doing 30 minutes worth of work? And now it looks like a prop with apparently locating wires, which I've never seen in my life. Why it looks like a pipe bomb wrapped in electrical tape, black. If I call my gas company and I continue to ask them and they don't know why, and then they send the police out to my house. I didn't ask you to come talk to me. You're the police. I don't need to speak to you. I didn't call to talk to you. I don't care if you got a gun, a badge, or who ya are. I called my gas company, not the police. Why are you getting involved? Seriously, why do the police think they get into everything they want? Why? Why do they think it's their business? And just because somebody calls, I'm like, how are you going to help me answer questions for the gas company? For 2 days, you don't know why somebody was out here. You don't with forensics and technology. For 2 days, you don't have record, no log of why I got five guys with no sandwiches were here. And you're wondering why I'm calling? No, you're not. I'm wondering why you're sending the police and where did this new black police officer come from? Because I mean, it could be. But with Matthew on the desk, I'm thinking we did not hire a new police officer. But anyways, again, I'm not harming nobody. The only reason you're trying to either you're trying to cause me problems or you're up to some ulterior motive if you need to talk to me in person, because I'm telling you everything you need to know right here. And it's not about being cocky or anything. I mean, go look at Junior Mintz. He's about the cockiest little kid on the planet. And he got divorced. Eric's still married to a pretty nice gal, seems like. Remember how Big Don likes guys that don't get captured? I like guys that stay married. Just saying. So, yeah. Anyways, so you're like, hmm. So you're like, well, if Michelle Obama shows up on a bus with Never Again, and, uh, and Big Don shows up with Joshua Van in his creepy black gloves, and he's got Dusty bouncing for him from Meatloaf. You're thinking, yeah, I'll go with Michelle and them as long as they let me go fishing. But we got to find a new lawyer. Yeah, just saying. Or at least one that's willing to be honest with me. Yeah, just the truth. It's not red pill, blue pill. Okay. Now hey, same thing. Romney shows up. He's got I don't know, a couple of his guys, and Junior Mint shows up. I'm like, hey, where are we going, Romney? I don't want to be anywhere near Joshua Van in his creepy black gloves.